Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today topic is vulnerable and outdated components. So outdated components or dependencies occurs when applications use third-party libraries with known security flaws or unsupported versions, allowing attackers to exploit the application without attacking our custom code, right? So my code is secure, but my library is hacked, right? So always update your components, let's say Spring Boot or dependencies or JDK, right? So all these components should be updated. Otherwise, it should be vulnerable. See, not updating components regularly like Spring Boot or dependencies. So if you continue to use the old Spring Boot version or old JDKs after new patches are released, right? So system remains exposed to the known attacks, known bugs. So security issues already fixed in the newer version. So why we should use it in the old versions again? Let's say here we are using the outdated vulnerable. Okay, you see 2.3.0 release. Now Spring Boot version is 4. Later Spring Boot 5. Later 6. It would be updated, right? So we also update the versions accordingly. Currently they are using the Spring Boot 4 version, but in the previous slide we are using the 2.x. Okay, so always upgrade your Spring Boot to latest version. See, not updating components regularly. You see that in IntelliJ itself, it is giving the warning, vulnerability found in dependency. Okay, that means we are using the old dependency version. So always we have to upgrade this. Otherwise, we will also get like these warnings in our IntelliJ as well. And other one is adding unused libraries and dependencies in our project. Let's say I'm using the MVC project, but in my project I am adding the WebFlex, which is not required to my project, but still I am using the WebFlex, right? So it's an unused library. So what happens if we are using unused libraries? It will increase the attacker surface. Let's say extra endpoints, unused code paths, potential vulnerabilities. Okay, always removes the unused libraries or dependencies in our projects. Yeah, you can also see that this is my unused libraries dependency. See, currently I am using the web MVC, but I started using the WebFlex, right, which is not required actually for this project. So I have to remove this. Using deprecated components. Example, using libraries that are no longer maintained. That means which is not updating the security fixes. So if they are not providing the patches, so it is easily exploitation, right? See, currently, let's say Spring Boot version, it's a deprecated version, no longer supported now. They're not providing any securities. Okay, so always we have to upgrade to the latest security. Yeah, one more example. We can also see that commons logging. I am using the 1.0.4. It's a deprecated and outdated version. So always go with the latest version. So why we are using, you just remove it, remove this version and go for the latest version, whichever latest is available. Let's say 9.x is the latest, you can add it. Best practice for prevent outdated components. First of all, regularly update the dependencies, which is most important. Then use dependency scanner. Let's say IDE built-in or any external plugin we can download it from the marketplace and remove unused libraries in our project. Monitor CVE advisories. It's a very important. CVE means they are the official notices that describes known cybersecurity vulnerable in software or hardware. Each advisory is built around CVE ID. CVE means common vulnerabilities and exposure. It is a global standard for naming and tracking security vulnerabilities. So everyone can either vendors or developers, right? They can see the same issue. And I will try to show how it looks like. Okay, let's say a log4j dependency. In this log4j dependency, you can see that these are the older version which contains 6 vulnerabilities. 1.2.17 6 vulnerabilities. Just click on here. So as I mentioned, CVE ID was attached to these vulnerabilities. Okay, if you want to go through CVE hyphen, I think 2023 is the year. This is an IT number. Okay, just click here. Okay, we can see complete information here. You can just go through in this description. So always go and use the latest versions. Let's say 3.0.0 hyphen beta 3, right? There is no vulnerabilities. Okay, we can happily use this one. Like this, we have to upgrade and follow framework releases and notes regularly. Use the official documentation and go through it. And Spring Boot versions migration regularly. See the springio.com. Then identify what is the current version. Let's say, so this is the one Spring documentation, Spring initializer. Always go and check the latest version. The latest version is 4.0.5, which is the latest version. Okay. And also we can go through if there is any migration helps you want, you can see it here. Migration document 3.5 to 4.0. Click it here and follow the migration guide and always upgrade the latest version. And similarly, update JDK versions as well. The current version is 25. You can go and check it here. What is the current version? So current version is JDK 26, right? But always choose the LTS version. So JDK 25 is the latest long-term support. That means you just happily move your code from 21 to 25. 26 is not as good because it's not LTS support. And similarly, update the Docker images. If you are using from JDK 8, right? You just go for from JDK 25. And regular security patching is very, very important. Yeah, that's all about this video. Thank you.
ఇలాంటి టెక్ టిప్స్, ఫ్యాక్ట్స్ అండ్ ట్యుటోరియల్ కోసం టెక్వికాను ఫాలో చేసి సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. ఈ వీడియో నచ్చితే లైక్ చేసి మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్తో షేర్ చేయండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ.